Good evening to all YouTubers. How you guys doing? This is good old Grandmaster Revan here, and you're watching the Anonymous Celebrity Media brought to you by the Worldwide Resistance Network, also known as TWWRN. There are questions without answers, and there's a lot of it. Like I said, like I mentioned in my last video, I was gone for a good couple of days, and peaceful days, matter of fact, very peaceful days, quiet, peaceful, and actually really good. This is my son's birthday weekend. He just turned 19 today, and I did show a footage of a millennial during a job interview. This girl was so clueless. She didn't know PowerPoint or Excel. Only Snapchat, Vine, Instagram, yada yada yada. Who gives a shit? But this video is about the FBI. The FBI. Grandmaster Revan, how can you talk about the FBI like that? Okay, well, let's go full bore on how lazy the FBI is. How lazy the FBI is, which they've been lazy for a very long time, and to a certain degree on certain matters. Now, a YouTuber turned the shooter in to the FBI because this 19-year-old wanted to be a professional school shooter. Wow. A professional school shooter. That I could really say why. Why do you want to be a professional school shooter? There's no money in it, except all thing you'll be getting is time. I mean, there's no money in being a professional school shooter. So the thing is, the FBI knew this kid was nuts. Okay? This kid was nuts from the get-go. Okay, he was turned into the FBI many times, at least twice from what I learned. And how come the FBI didn't do anything then? I mean, you gotta think, okay, this YouTuber who was interviewed, and he turned the kid in for what he said on a YouTube video. But it seems the FBI didn't do a damn thing. Now, my question is this: how come the FBI didn't get on it right away? The guy turned him into YouTube and the FBI, but how come they didn't do anything? That's my question. Is like, how come nothing was really done? I mean, you gotta think, this 19-year-old on YouTube wanted to be a professional school shooter. Didn't the FBI look into this kid? 19 years old? I mean, come on. This kid is threatening violence on a school. Any school. But today, his younger brother was turned in and was sent to a mental institution. while his big brother is sitting in jail, charges of 17 deaths. 17 deaths. Because he had an argument with his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. So it's the girl's fault that he's gone nuts. I don't think so. I don't think so. This is a very touchy subject for all matters. Okay. Since '99, there's been 52 shootings. 52 shootings. And maybe even more between '99 and 2018. Next year, it would mark 20 years. 20 years since the Columbine shooting. Now, what bugs me, okay, is that Bill Clinton did not get blamed for Columbine. Barack Obama did not get blamed for Sandy Hook. Now, all of a sudden, President Donald Trump is getting blamed for this Parkland shooting in Florida, high school shooting in Florida. They're all one. Now, Dianne Feinstein wants to pass a semi where the law would ban semi-automatic. But of course, it's not going to happen. It will not pass. Just because of a shooting that happened not very long ago, you want to blame automatic weapon, which was banned in 1995. Now, Dianne Feinstein wants to ban semi-auto. Now, I explained that the one difference between a full automatic and semi-automatic is that fully automatic is where you're holding the trigger and the rounds keep firing. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? Each round is firing while holding the trigger one time. Now, a semi-auto. Okay? Pull trigger once, boom. Boom, boom. But Dianne Feinstein wants to ban semi-auto. Aren't most weapons semi-auto these days? Are most weapons semi-auto? I'm saying handguns, rifle, even a hunting rifle is semi-auto. You can also shoot with a bolt action hunting rifle. Okay, what are you gonna do? Ban bolt action? Ban revolvers? Where to shoot six rounds? Dianne Feinstein wants to take away your gun. Okay. Every time there's a goddamn mass shooting, guess what, people? We got to ban assault weapons. Did we just pass that back in 95? 94, 95? A little over, what, 25, 24 years ago? I mean, you gotta think for a moment here. Assault weapons were banned. That means the ones that are fully auto, they're banned. They were banned between 94 and 95. Because she wanted it banned. Now, the one thing that bugged me is that how lazy the FBI were. They were told about this kid. Even a YouTuber turned this kid in because on his video he said, "I want to be a professional school shooter." Why? Why do you want to hurt people? School is a place to where you learn your general education, math, science, reading, writing, I mean, every subject. Why do you want to? Because school is supposed to be a safe place for students from ages 5 to 18, and then you got these school these young kids from 10 to 19 wanting to shoot people. And what for? I understand there's bullying in school, and bullying ain't right, for one thing. I was gone for 2 days. I was in Lemoore, California. And today is my son's 19th birthday. Happy birthday, my son. And the whole 2 days I was with my son, I had a lot to think about. Okay. A lot to think about. And during that time, it made me remember when my son's mom called me one day. And she said that there was that the school received bomb threats. Which kind of scared me because I don't want to lose my only son, my only child. Okay, that's one parent's worst thing is to lose a child, no matter what age the child is. It is heart wrenching and scary for a parent, any parent. It was in the Fresno Bee when this happened. The school received a bomb threat, and it was like really like scary for me and his mom. So when my son was 15, 14, 15, he finally became a freshman in high school. Freshman. I became even more prouder then, as I am now. Because my son is now a college man now. College man. And so this kid, this 19-year-old kid, my son's age, my son just turned 19. Just turned 19. Shut up the school and killed 17 people, including a coach. Now, this shooting made me reflect about the bomb that my son's old school, Boyd High School in Fresno, California, received a bomb threat by 3 fucking idiots. Okay, 3 idiots, and one of them was a 19-year-old who just enlisted in the military. Just enlisted in the military. About to leave for the military for boot camp. And they also sent a bomb threat to a church. But even though the FBI didn't really get involved in that one either, so fuck. But the shooting was something else. Now, Bill Clinton was never blamed for Columbine. Barack Obama was never blamed for Sandy Hook. But out of nowhere, Donald Trump is blamed for this school shooting. Why is that? I mean, the two presidents that I mentioned weren't blamed for any shooting, but all of a sudden, all of a sudden, this president was blamed. Why? Okay. Here's the thing: the FBI was told about this kid, told them everything about this kid. On his video that he uploaded to YouTube, he wanted to be a professional school shooter. This YouTuber turned him in to the FBI and YouTube, and he gave him a copy of the transcript that was there. And they came back a second time to interview the guy. So my question is, how come they didn't jump on it any sooner? Did more investigating on this kid. They had him in their radar, on the radar. But how come they didn't do anything about it then? See, the way I see it, the FBI has 17, they got blood on 17 victims on their hands. The FBI has blood of 17 victims on their hands. Oh yeah. That's how lazy the FBI are. 17 dead. They knew this kid was nuts. His younger brother is now in a mental institution. Oh yeah. But the question is, was the younger brother the second shooter? I'm busy. I mean, you gotta think. The younger brother was just thrown in a mental institution. The question is, was he the second shooter? Because the media are sticking to a story where there's only one shooter. Now, how come the younger brother all of a sudden was thrown into a mental institution? And not just that, how come critical evidence is being destroyed? There's critical evidence, but it's being destroyed big time. I say why. Why is it being destroyed? This is evidence. That's breaking the law. This is breaking the law. Critical, crucial evidence is being destroyed. See, when there's a crime that happens, we're supposed to be the nation of laws. Okay? If you break a law, you do the time. You do the time. Hey, darling. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. We're doing a live feed where to talk about the school shooting. And
Florida shooting?
yes, we are doing
I
on.
haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, the video is about why the FBI is so lazy in the shooting that happened a few days ago, and the FBI was told about this kid, 19 years old, my son's age, and everything else, and.
I think the FBI is lazy because they're more worried about people like us who are talking about them being lazy.
And the FBI knew about this kid, 19 years old, my son's age, and just found out his younger brother, who's 18, who'll be 18 this year, was just thrown in an institution today. And
everybody knew about this kid and did nothing.
Yeah, there were 3 witnesses that said there was at least 2 shooters. And my question is the younger brother the second shooter?
Well, he's in the win no matter what. Yeah. Is Tin Man and Lucy going to join us or no?
I don't know. Tin Man said they and Patrick are not. They're feeling like shit right now. So.
Well, considering that they smoke one cigarette after the other while they're on the calls and they drink nonstop, I can imagine why they're feeling like crap. Drink to themselves.
And today is my son's birthday. Just turned 19 today. And we all remember those days of being 19, and now we're all getting older, and now we're already wanting to forget.
It's okay. It's used to be.
But there was a video that I seen on the Red Table Messenger of the guy that was talking about how feelings that from stuff like that are more important than bodies of dead children. Which the guy made a lot of sense.
More important than that.
The guy made a lot of sense that why are these why are the feelings of these snowflakes more important than parents' dead children? To these snowflakes and shit.
Yeah, it's like everybody's feelings are more important than those kids that went through this.
Big time. I mean, there are 17 dead teens. 17 dead teens.
Yeah, and multiple still in the hospital.
Yes, there is. I was with my son all weekend. I was in Lemoore, California, with my son on his weekend on his birthday weekend, and the shooting kind of hit me back a few years ago. My son was a freshman at Bullitt High School here in Fresno, and it was in the papers. His school received bomb threats from 3 fucking idiots, and one of them just enlisted in the military. Mind this. This idiot, also 19, just enlisted in the military. Did this bomb threat at my son's school and a church. And they left graffiti on a church.
It's like, didn't this kid go to multiple places to get help for this, and not even they would help him?
No. I mean,
no.
This guy had an argument with his girl, with his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend, and
I gotta put up the baby gate for the dog, and I gotta put my plate away. I'll be right back.
Okay. But this kid had an argument with the boyfriend of his ex-girlfriend. And some are saying that this is what led him to go nuts. And not just that, he also put up a video on YouTube saying that he wants to be a professional school shooter.
Yeah. I saw that just now on the news thing on YouTube.
And lucky.
They could direct this post to this kid.
True that. He's also reported.
It's like, wait a minute, isn't these things when you make an account on YouTube or something, you're automatically there? You are.
Yes.
If you show a picture,
there's a rule and guidelines, even the TOS here on YouTube, that you have to abide by, or you will lose your channel permanently. I'm lucky I haven't lost mine, as of hopefully not, because a fellow YouTuber turned this kid in to the FBI and YouTube. The FBI visited this YouTuber, and he gave him copies of the transcripts, what the kid said on the video. And they visited him twice, but they didn't do anything. Even the school knew this kid was fucking crazy, but still they did not do anything at all. It's like they let it happen. It's like they let it happen.
It makes you go, is this world going nuts where everybody has to be shielded from things? Like, we dealt with bullies while we were going in school.
Yes.
We dealt with all kinds of BS during school days.
We've dealt with bullies and bullshit every day for 13 years, from kindergarten to 12th grade, and we dealt with it even in life.
Yeah.
We still
will. Like, are we really turning our children into pansies?
My son is just turned 19 years old, and he would just laugh because nowadays they're overly sensitive, overly offended. My son is 19 years old. He has more brain cells in his little finger than the bodies of his cocksuckers and shit. Okay.
I'm looking half the time going at these kids going, grow some balls. Grow a backbone. I don't care what you have to do to grow it. Just grow it.
Just grow a pair and realize, hey, we don't need anybody who's overly offended, overly insensitive. I mean, there was a video that I had on my Facebook profile of this girl. She's a millennial, matter of fact, going into a job interview. Okay, and the guy's asking her all this question about PowerPoint, Excel, and everything else that has to do with computers and stuff. And she goes, and then he asks her, what part of technology are you in? She goes, Pinterest, Snapchat, Twitter, Vine, and everything else. Yeah, and I'm like, is this how far this generation has gone?
We have turned our society into Swiss cheese.
That I do agree. I do agree. I do agree. But there are some millennials that do know about PowerPoint and about computers and everything else, and who have found some good jobs. My son is a Generation Z, 19 years old, a college man now. I mean, he's been independent since he was 10 years old, since he was a little kid, independent.
Yeah.
And as a dad, I am very proud of my son. Okay, he's 19 years old. He's gay and very independent. And he has more brain cells than these overly offended, overly sensitive cocksuckers. And I can say I am very lucky to have a son like that. But the FBI are so lazy, they have the blood of 17 dead teens on their hands because they did not. They didn't do anything. As well as the other people didn't help this kid. Yes, they didn't do anything to help this kid because he got into an argument with the boyfriend of his ex-girlfriend, and then put up a video saying that he wants to be a professional school shooter.
And I don't even know if that was truly him.
But right there, something is definitely wrong there. I mean, it's something definitely wrong. And
I'm going to send this child to the moon. He's going to go to the moon, and I'm going to leave him there. Maybe at a stock farm. I don't care.
But
yes, pansy.
But the one thing is that I'm glad that Genevieve is raising her son good. I mean, Genevieve, you are a good mom. I tell you what, you're going to be you're doing a damn good job with your son.
Fake crying. I'm going to kill this child.
Oh, I don't let my son get away with it. When my son starts fake crying, when my son starts fake crying, I look at him like, I don't believe those crocodile tears. Stop it. It's not going to get you anywhere. I said no such thing at all.
Doing the whining, there's no tears coming out.
I hate it when kids do that. It's so annoying.
My son with that my son too went through that age. He went through that at that age, and
you are 7. Grow up.
Yeah, he's been very independent since he was a little kid, and always have been, and always will be. And like I said, he just turned 19 today. Happy to you, son. But when you look at the shooting that happened not very long ago, you know, Bill Clinton did not get blamed for Columbine. Okay, not one blame on his part. Barack Obama did not get blamed for Sandy Hook, not one bit, not once. But the shooting, guess who gets blamed? Donald Trump.
Trump's had more shootings in this past year than any president that has took office. Ain't that weird?
Yeah, it's also weird too that it seems that Democrats are the ones who want a gun ban, a gun-free zone.
Yes, yeah, and it's in my personal opinion, I think it's stupid.
Well, if you notice from the other countries, they have gun bans and they're pretty safe.
Well, what happened in the UK? You can understand. I mean, even a vehicle can be an assault weapon. Even a van.
They have a problem with poachers. They have a problem with poachers.
I mean, we also have now Dianne Feinstein wants to pass a law where they could ban semi-auto weapons, handguns, rifles. The thing is,
yeah, because you could turn them into automatics.
Well, the thing is, I mean,
I've seen a video on YouTube that
there's a difference between a semi-auto and full auto. Now, full auto is where you hold trigger at one time, and the rounds keep coming. Okay. Now, semi-auto is where you pull the trigger once, one round fires. Now, with a semi-auto, you can't really hold weapon, hold trigger down. I'm thinking, okay, I fired one. Where's the rest? One pull trigger, one round fired. Because I mean, you can modify a semi-auto to be full auto, but now the thing is, when the shooting happened in Vegas, they're blaming the buckstock. Now the buckstock is right where you put the shoulder part to your shoulder when you fire a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a spring. It's like a spring cushion for your shoulder because a lot of weapons have that big kick. That big now, if you hold it right, that big kick can really fuck up your shoulder.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that witnessed the shooting have essentially died. Now, one of them was a lawyer for Jason Aldean that died. Now what did he see? That's the question. What did he see? That got him killed. Now, the question is, three students were interviewed, and they told their part of the shooting, and one girl was interviewed, and how she said what she saw.
Mm-hmm.
She described the school to a T. Well, there was 2 exits and entry. I mean, even how the shooters were working, and there's no way to escape the shooting except for going into classrooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard that shooting that happened. I heard it on a Thursday. I'm like going, I haven't been connecting with the news lately. I need to watch more TV, man. I'm like sitting there in class going, what?
But the thing is, I don't watch TV. I quit watching TV.
Oh, you know, Genevieve got kicked.
I need to bring her back in here. I need to how do I do this? They've got Ezra. Add your brother. Okay, we need to bring in. Okay, we got Genevieve coming in.
Who else is gonna show up?
Adrian Ezra.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. We are a live broadcast on the Anonymous Liberty Media. We are talking about how the FBI are so lazy on the school shooting matter, and we were discussing on how the FBI knew about this kid. He was reported not just once, not twice, but multiple times. Now, what's happening here is that now just breaking news that the younger brother was thrown into a mental institution today. 18 years old, he'll be 18 years old today, this year.
Wait,
and
yeah.
And he was thrown into mental institution, and he had a gun on him. His foster mom died of cancer last year, and a family friend took both brothers in, and the older brother, which we all know who's the shooter, who is now looking at 17 counts of murder, which he was charged with, and the cops busted into the home of a family friend, took the younger brother, and threw him in a mental institution. In Florida statute,
Yeah. Well, I know that they had said that when he had gotten taken in, that he had said he claimed he was hearing voices and multiple things were happening that probably would have said that he had some mental issues. But that's the thing is, these are things that you would know about and see, and you would recognize if they were a problem. They were obvious. They probably were. My question is, Why was this left untreated? Why did the FBI not do anything about it? He had to. Why was he allowed? Like, where did he get these weapons from? Because obviously he wasn't old enough to buy a weapon, and he probably wouldn't have passed the test anyway if he was screening a weapon. I don't think this is an issue with guns. Let's just get that out the way. Like, I don't think
This would
like, oh, this school shooting. That never happened. There hasn't been 18 school shootings. There's only been 3. And the 3 that did happen, this is probably the worst one. The rest of them were like misfires and someone, misplaced the trigger went off and stuff like that.
Suicides.
You look at the technical details; they're not really all that straightforward. So you can't just say, "Oh, Jimmy Kimmel can go cry his eyes out on TV all night. Here, I don't care." But you can't sit on that high horse, and you can't.
no, you cannot.
Gun rights.
No, you cannot. They're saying there's been 52 mass shootings since '99, which is wrong,
Right.
which is bullshit.
Right.
It started in 1966 at the campus of the University of Texas.
Right.
And the reason the shooter did mass shooting or the killing is that he had a golf ball sized tumor in his brain that's gotten bigger, size of a baseball, and he killed about 12 to 14 people and was finally gunned down by the police in Texas in 1966.
Right. So what we see is this is not a common occurrence. As much as the media wants to spin it that way, it's not something that happens to all people.
No.
Very, very specific for action was not taken or was used to be taken, or people just thing on instinct, which is, if the kids them help, that never happens. So we see this as a problem when you don't take proper action.
There has to be.
I hate when people take a tragedy and spin this political debate over it. Like, shut up. It's not that. Like, if you look at the facts and evidence, it has nothing to do with gun rights. It's specifically bad parenting and mental issues that went untreated.
Very bad parenting.
Well, not just that, but there's also a mental health issue. Now, before he got fired from CNN, Piers Morgan tried to claim that the AR-15 is the problem. The gun is a problem. Now, here's the thing. I suffer from Tourette syndrome.
Yeah, problem. Parents don't want to discipline their kids anymore.
Well, also, there's also a mental health issue. There's also a mental health issue that is very severe. I take medication, and I choose not to go and buy a gun. I choose not to own a gun or carry one because I'm on Tegretol. Zoloft. And Zoloft has been good for me. But also, we also got criminals who will make it illegal for them to even own a gun, but somehow they still get it anyway.
Right. So when you make a law that is common sense gun reform, it's bullshit. Because here's the thing: if you give the government an inch, they're going to take a mile, and they're going to take that mile away from you because they see that it's a way, like especially Democrats want this enforcing what seems to be a positive thing, and then it's really not, because the evidence completely disproves that. And we see that with other things that they've tried to push. One of those things was that internet thing where they call that
SOPA, PIPA, and some other else.
For killing people at all.
They tried to spin this internet thing where all the companies are even now. Everyone's on an even playing field. They can't throttle your data. That's bullshit. Why would you ever want
when it comes to internet, there is no such thing as a even playing field. Never has been, never will be.
There's not.
And that's
doesn't need to be.
And that's like with the gun issue. There is no such thing as a level playing field. You have individuals with mental issues, and somehow they can still get guns. Now, for me, like I said, I suffer from Tourette syndrome, which is a mental disorder, and I choose not to own a gun. Not one. I mean, I do want to own a gun and carry it around, but I choose not to. I refuse to even go to get a gun because I'm the first one to admit this. I don't know if anybody ever have or not, but I will be the first one to say I choose not to carry a weapon because I'm on medication. Because to me, I would feel unsafe, even for myself.
Right. And that's called personal.
You can do much more damage with a baseball bat than you can do with a gun.
Jenna, that's true, Jenna. That's true. Whether you use a gun, a bat, a knife, a pipe, waffle iron, 9-iron, or whatever you use, it's considered as a weapon.
We see this in the UK. They don't have guns. They technically don't have guns. They the only thing you can have is like a 2-inch blade, and you have to physically pull it out. There's no assisted opening. You can't have any of that. And their crime rate, the violent crime rate, is skyrocketed. It's up the first time in 10 years, in a decade.
Huge.
All these new immigration laws, you see this violence. So they don't have a gun. They're going to find a car. They're going to find a pipe bomb. They're going to make something. Kill
Find anything. Find anything. Now, in the UK, there's been quite a bit of attacks where they're using some kind of chemical to throw it in someone's face.
Right. I mean, they'll find anything. Anything. And they get really crafty with it, too. They'll find some way to make something into a weapon. So it doesn't matter what you ban. You can ban marshmallows and Rice Krispies for all I care. It's not going to fix the problem that you're going to have people who, if they want to kill you, it's even worse when their religion promotes it.
And the thing is that they're so afraid of talking about it because they don't want to be labeled as a racist. Now here's the thing: Islam is a religion, not a race. Okay.
I would rather deal with paying for a psychologist and paying for a kid's bail bond.
I do agree there, Jenna. I do agree, Jenna. Jenna, all right, darling. Jenna, darling, I do agree there. I do agree there. But I'm lucky my son's not in jail because I rather have him be a college man than a jailbird.
Yeah, I mean,
the therapy just sound a little bit better than giving up your household.
True.
Someone that
you just took years to pay off.
Because Muslims are violent. No, it's not. We're racist because Muslims are violent. They're all brown people or whatever they want to label them as. The fact is, that book, that particular scripture, that particular religion promotes violence against anyone that they deem does not worship their God. That is a destructive and a very violent form of thinking that needs to be banned. It needs to be outlawed. I don't care if it's your religion. I don't care if you're offended. That is the reason they go around killing people. That is the reason we have immigration laws. It's the complete opposite of a peaceful religion. They can go argue that to a brick wall all fucking day. I'm not buying it.
I haven't bought it.
Yeah,
I haven't bought it in 20 years.
You can do what the hell you want.
Because
you can worship the donkeys down the street.
Because I mean, you've had Mormon fundamentalist, you had Muslim fundamentalist extremist, you had Mormon extremism, the fundamentalism and shit like that, with all the marrying of 1,000 wives and shit, whatever do you want to call it.
Right.
I'll keep with the religion that chooses to stay out of bullshit.
True.
I'm not a religious person. I'm not a Christian. I'm none of that. But I will say this: politics and religion don't mix. They don't need to. If you want a theology, like a society that runs on religion, you can go to the Middle East and see how they're doing, and they're not doing very well. So that's my simple opinion, and I get shit for this because being conservative, everyone's Christian.
The Middle East is a very suppressive area in the world. Very suppressive. From Turkey to Iran to Iraq to Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and everything else. Very suppressive of their women. But from what I learned over the last few months is that Saudi Arabia is going to allow the women to drive. They're going to drive. They're going to drive, which is a good thing. But also, how about them going to school?
You know what's so funny? You never hear about paganism doing this shit.
No.
Any religion.
It's. I mean, whether you're a pagan or a Wiccan, or I mean, that deals with natural nature. That deals with nature. Nature. Period. Okay. That's
You don't see black people doing this shit.
in some senses, I do like the paganism and the Wiccans because they deal with nature, the elements, earth, wind, fire, water.
God, goddess, everything is represented.
But now, I like the old ways of like Zeus and Hades and all those gods and
The two brothers always had conflicts with each other. They never involved humanity in it.
I'm also a big believer in the Norse gods, Thor and Odin, Loki, and because they were before the Bible. They were before the Bible. Anything before the Bible, hey man,
Bible was made to control.
That's what George Carlin said. It's
the Bible at the beginning was not intended for that. We don't even have access to the original Bible. We don't have access to the original scriptures. The Vatican has an entire library sitting.
They have a library that spans 1,000 years.
They're not even telling their people they used to have a female pope.
Yes, they did.
They totally erased her name.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They. My
grandma's like, I've been with the church all the time since I was in Italy, and we never had a female pope. I'm like, Grandma, do you remember?
there is a true fact that Mary Magdalene and Jesus did get married and had a daughter named Sarah.
You might know her. You might know this pope as Pope Zach. No, that wasn't Jamaica.
No, because they erased any history of anything that's factual. They want to keep things the way they see it, which is bullshit.
Catholics don't believe women can be as high as a man, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
We're the ones that carry and give birth.
Okay, what I'll say about the pagan religion and mostly Wicca, because that was the first thing I studied, and that was the first people who taught me. They didn't like me.
It's all about nature. What I talk about is all about nature: earth, wind, fire, water. And I
didn't like it too much for the reason of this. A lot of pagans will do this thing where if they're female, they'll put feminine energy before male, and if they're male, they'll put masculine energy before female. Issue is that doesn't work because if you have one with the other, you're going to have an issue. So you have very feminine women and you have very masculine men. There's no balance. There's no in between.
Well, there's a couple of religions that do bug me very much, and one of them is the Jehovah's Witnesses, which very controversial, like the Mormon religion. It's very much that all religions have that controversy, huge controversy. Whether you're a Mormon, a Methodist, Baptist, Christianity, Catholicism, I mean, each religion has that controversy. And the two that really stands out there is Scientology and Jehovah's Witness.
If you believe that you shouldn't worship a god inside of a man-made building, you must be pagan.
See, I do.
It actually just says that you should have a church of the people who or in your church. It doesn't even say there has to be a physical construct. It just says that there has to be a church. But again, that's something that's been twisted over.
I do read the Bible, but I don't see a building as a place where I want to worship. I worship outside. I see nature as my church.
Well, if you look at it, when Jesus was teaching his teachings, he never did them inside buildings. He always had them outside.
Outside.
They were always outside. Because he never believed that a man-made building you should worship God in.
No.
That's just...
No, he never said. Not even in the current Bible he doesn't say that. That's something they never changed. Has nothing to do with
that turned into something after Jesus had passed on to the next world.
Yeah, that was a social thing.
Well, let's build churches and worship
the painting of the Last Supper.
Really?
There's a lot of controversy of the painting by Da Vinci, and somehow he knew something about Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and he did a painting of the Last Supper where Mary Magdalene was the 12th person to be there. She sat by Jesus, and they had a daughter. They had a daughter named Sarah.
Jesus' wife.
That was his wife.
And even my grandmother states to this day, no, Jesus never got married. I'm like,
he did get married. He did get married, and he had a daughter named Sarah. And she was the descendant of Jesus Christ. She's the daughter of Jesus Christ, and the granddaughter of God.
It also was is also correct that he may not even have died on the cross. Someone may have come in his place.
No, he descended to the other world before they even crucified him. Supposedly, one of the disciples took his place.
But
yeah, it was that might have been what happened. But again, that was many thousands of years ago. We don't know what happened.
Mary was only skinny before she got pregnant. After she gave birth, she was considered a plus-size woman. She wasn't skinny after Jesus was born. You couldn't do that. No female to this day can drop their baby weight. No female. My sister's still working on it, and she gave birth at 16.
But here's the thing, though.
Eve
was not Adam's first wife.
No, she was not. Lilith was.
Yes.
And people consider it a devil. Really? No, she just believed she was the same height as a man. She believed she was worth as much as a man was. She didn't want to follow what Adam stated. That's why she got kicked out of Eden.
You could say right there. You could say right there is that Lilith was the. I mean, you could say that Lilith was the foremother of the. Well, when it comes to the feminism, she's the foremother. Strong woman. No, she's. I would say she's more of a foundation for the movement, of the feminist movement, and not Gloria Steinem. It was Lilith who, I would say, and Jenna, you might agree with me here, that Lilith was the foundation of the movement. She's a foremother of the movement, and I might get some comments or some dislikes on this video because of what I just said, but I don't care. Because there are things that have been said and talked about for a very long time now. Yeah, Lilith was considered the devil to most people, but
which is bullshit.
Yeah, and the way I see it is that she did not follow Adam's line. She rebelled, and you could say she is the first rebelling feminist in history. Not Gloria Steinem, fuck you.
How you doing that? You could go shipwrecks solitaire. I ain't doing that.
But Eve, she was the total opposite. Obeyish, but also, well, not just that, but she's also very inquisitive because the snake came in because God said, "Do not touch the apple."
What people believe is Lilith.
Yeah, and she took a bite of the apple, and her and Adam were banished from Eden for eating the apple. That's where the symbol of the apple, Apple computers, came from. The idea. The bite of the apple,
Fruit of knowledge.
forbidden knowledge, forbidden knowledge. There's also that about Mary Magdalene and Sarah. Now, this was after Jesus supposedly died on the cross. That they were sent someplace by the Templars. Yeah. And well, after Mary died, her body was entombed in France. Now, if you go to France, there's a big, giant glass that's into the ground. And if you look straight down, you can see her tomb.
The name of it is Italy. It was designed by IMP.
Nice design, though.
Also, they're saying there may be 666 panes of glass on that sculpture.
Oh, damn. But also, the question is, what happened to Sarah after her mom died? Did she continue her father's teachings? Did she continue with what her dad did throughout his whole life?
Well, the way his looked, probably not. But again, Jesus hid that. So, or maybe she just didn't want to know.
Yeah, and Mary Magdalene taught the children. They were Sunday school teachers. How can you say a woman is not as high as a man when she could sit there and be placed on the same side as Jesus, as a goddess?
I think the only person who might know will be the same guy, same painter, same inventor who painted The Last Supper. Because he did the Mona Lisa, he also did the other ones, and the paintings are codes in those paintings themselves that he hid in the paintings, and nobody knows where they are on the paintings themselves. And what codes are they?
The Mexican version has Mary Magdalene depicted as a man. Mary Magdalene was never a man.
No, she's a woman that gave birth to a daughter named Sarah. It's just that they don't want to say that Jesus and Mary got married. They don't want to say that.
Grandmother has stated many times. Jesus never married. I'm like, hello, there's historical facts that prove he did.
It is a fact, but the Catholic Church and even the Hispanic people,
churches did this from all their people.
They're trying to keep it hush hush or out of the Bible, which is out of the.
They don't want to know what their people did because they want to keep power within them.
Yes,
How are you stating truth if you're hiding real facts?
That's a good question there, darling. I mean, it's a good. What I could say is that
You're choosing which parts of the books that these disciples have written.
It's cherry picking.
It's
cherry picking.
There's 8 more books of Moses that people are still trying to decipher. There's books of Mary.
It's coded. It's coded.
Yeah, because it's all in Arabic.
Most of the books are coded in Arabic and Hebrew.
Yeah.
And
It's all in that native language that
my
was
name,
there.
my name,
But now it's all Muslim territory.
my name, Jared, is Hebrew.
Yeah.
Of course, I was.
Now it's all
Of course, my dad named me after a character from Macbeth, but that's okay. But it means strong as a boar.
yeah, and if you look on YouTube, they have on there where they recreated the face of Jesus Christ from that shroud. I'm sitting there looking at it going, that wasn't Jesus, honey. That wasn't Jesus.
Yeah.
And now they got him painted as this blonde, brownish haired, dirty blonde haired guy with. I'm like, okay. If he
I
was
think
supposedly
I
there,
think the
why
Shred
would
of
he have
Turin is the
dirty
real
blonde
deal.
hair?
In my gut, in my gut, the Shroud of Turin is the real thing.
It's the real thing, but could it be of the same person that it laid upon?
Because
That they're calling it Jesus.
the thing is, getting that, I mean, the face, the hands, the body, that would take years to do. I mean, just even to do it. But if this Shroud of Turin was covering the body of Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth, with his face, his body, his hands, where the nails went through. I mean, that's impossible to do without the body itself. I mean, if it's really him, it's him. Because a lot of these
now that it's dust. It's dust.
it can't be dust. I mean, think about it. I mean, test the blood. Test the blood. If it is blood, test it out.
The scientists would, but you know how hard it is to get that shroud in order to test it?
You would have to go through some political circles just to get that damn thing.
Yeah, and just to try and get the blood off there, do it? I mean, trying to gain access to that shroud is difficult enough.
Big time.
Let alone
I mean,
trying to get the blood
I could
to purify enough to get samples.
that I do agree because I have a feeling it's older than what we're told that it is. Because I mean, think of the cloth. How old is the cloth? And how did it get
Still able to look like that
Yeah.
after so many years in.
It
How could a shroud like that still be in perfect condition when papyrus from back then are like crumpled?
that is a very good question, darling. I mean, just getting that look. I mean, detail by
That looks too
detail.
man-made to be really from back in that time. If you look at fabric back in the 20s,
Yeah.
it doesn't even look like it should because it's so worn, it's so yellow, it's so everything.
But
and why in the hell does this shroud
but the
still look
detail,
like?
but the detail, just to get that detail would be, I mean, just as difficult as can be, because if that Shroud of Turin is the real thing, and I mean, if it is the real thing, this is a big, huge, historical, biblical find. And if the detail of the body of Jesus Christ is the real deal, and I tell you what, history scientists will like, duh.
If they could even gain access to it, would be like a historical moment.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But right now, it is protected behind double pane proof glass. Big time.
But right now, all scientists are going for trying to look for King Tut's wife and mother. Well, stepmother, actually.
They already did that years ago. They
No, they want to look behind King Tut's memorial wall because they think Nefertiti is behind there, and not the person that they think that was in the other room. They don't really think that
they've been digging in the pyramids for hundreds of years. I say let them rest. Let them rest. They're dead. Let them rest.
Let them rest.
Because
you know, it's really weird because back then they said that no man or woman could live past 40, but there was only one that lived till his 80s.
Yeah.
What was he doing to stay like that for so long?
Probably just.
I want his recipe.
Probably. The reason he lived that long is that he probably did something right with his life.
He was 80 years old when he died. Usually people back then lived till they were 40 and then died. It really makes you go, what the hell was in his drinks to make him live till 80?
But the thing is, I mean, if you look at it now these days, if you disturb a grave, mausoleum, or tomb,
I mean, he outlasted his 15 sons that should have taken over.
I mean, you have spirits that want to rest, but you have graves, mausoleums, tombs that are disturbed for whatever reason it is, like in Egypt. Let them rest. Let their soul be at peace.
Now they're trying to find Cleopatra as well.
Yes, and
never gonna find that girl.
No, you're not. No, you're not. She's somewhere else. But they found her sister though.
Wherever Ramses is, that's where she is. No, not Ramses. Frickin'.
But they found her sister's body though. They found her sister's body.
Wherever Mark Antony and the other guy is, her first husband, that she had the kid with, that's where she is. That's where she is. She's not in Egypt. She's not there.
She's somewhere. She's somewhere because
somewhere in Rome.
She was the last ruler of Egypt. The last ruler of Egypt.
She was the last queen of Egypt. Very last.
And if that monarchy still was around today,
Trump would have been killed by now. And Cleopatra would have seduced him like hell.
Oh yeah, kill him. Shoot, kill him.
He could never handle her either.
Shoot, kill him because she's very seductive. I mean,
very seductive.
She's dead and doesn't exist anymore, so I don't think we can make assumptions like that.
No, we're saying that if the monarchy in Egypt was
a black woman, she was basically white. She was still from the Ptolemy era.
We're just saying that if the monarchy of Egypt still was still around.
Even the monarchy of Egypt, it was the monarchy of the Greeks and Romans.
Now, we sure do know the priesthood of Rome.
Oh no.
Years before, it didn't exist anymore. So if you're saying were the Greeks and Romans still around today, well, Greek and Rome both fell, so I don't see a valid argument. And Trump has nothing to do with Cleopatra. She didn't really do anything. Tutankhamun did things. Tutankhamun was a great king, and he was just a boy.
Yeah, he died
in a superior king, who was the superior ruler. It was not Cleopatra.
And then his uncle I took over with his wife.
There are many kings and queens. Cleopatra is not one of the superior ones.
No, but she was very conniving, though.
She was not even in charge.
No, she was the last one, though.
She was the last one. So people say, oh, she's important. If you look at history, she didn't really do much of anything.
I didn't know.
Queen of Egypt.
What happened?
My phone had a weak connection, so I had to get off and wait for my dad to finish with my laptop.
You know what, guys? I mean, something's been really bugging me for the past few weeks. I mean, I don't know what's going on with our connection, but Kirsch and I, we had a huge discussion about that a couple of weeks ago. That it might not be our connection. And,
yeah, I've been thinking the same thing.
And he'll tell me that it might be Big Brother kind of snooping in and kind of fuck with us and stuff.
They tap into everybody's phone call.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
I hear them when I just get on to the freaking calling up somebody. I hear them popping in. No.
Oh yeah.
Genevieve,
No.
if you remember about a few weeks ago, I had trouble with hearing some almost like a radio sound, like a radio wave sound and stuff, and from my end, and I've asked you guys, and you guys didn't hear anything, and I mean I've been hearing almost like a signal in my earpiece going through my earpiece. I mean I'm hearing like crazy shit. Then all of a sudden, a chopper came by my house, and nothing at all. But I still, after they left, about 20 minutes after they left, that sound came back. It came back.
Yeah, I've as a matter of fact, lately, as of right now, I'm actually hearing like a static kind of thing going. And it's not from
I'm writing, so you might hear a pencil.
Oh no, I'm hearing like it goes that kind of thing, and it's annoying.
I hear that in the shower all the time, but I'm the only one in the house.
Right?
Talk about freaky shit. You're in the shower hearing the
I went.
thing.
I had a hard time staying in the free for all because I have my tablet on hotspot and tether. I mean I had good connection and everything, but I still had the weak connection.
Well, see, that's why I said that I think that certain alphabet acronym people they're too busy with us, with people like us in organizations that they're not paying attention to what's going on out in the world. They're narrow-minded. They're
Because
in a box.
right now they are being lazy on this school shooting right now, because even though the kid himself was turned in by a few people, and the FBI interviewed the YouTuber that turned him in twice in his office. He gave him everything, a copy of the transcript and everything else. But yet, this kid killed 17 people, and the FBI has the blood of 17 people on their hands. I mean, instead of worrying about us, they should do their fucking job.
Right? They shouldn't be worrying about us. They really should be focusing on everything else, like actual groups that they need to worry about. And we're not one of them. We just point out and open the eyes of the people who have their eyes closed.
I came across a documentary
They don't want
last
their
week.
real shit getting out that we know about.
Yes, true.
Well, they shouldn't leave their dirty laundry out then.
I came across, you guys, a documentary on anti-surveillance. And this was dated back to 1971 through 74. And this thing was like worth to watch and worth to understand what they spy on campuses, on college campuses. They spy on everybody from college students to, insurance people, everything, of all walks of life. If you're buying insurance, if you're buying...
You have to take me out. Please make it a tropical place.
Right? Please, send me to the Amazon or something like that.
You could be a college student. You could buy insurance. You could buy a car. Anything like that. And, you could
Just
be...
give me a Long Island iced tea, a beautiful beach, and I'll be fine.
Yeah. And you can be a regular person. Just mind your own business. No, we
I
all
don't understand why they.
we all got routines that we do every day, and it's not and it's not harmless at all. We go see family and friends. We go to uh, grocery shopping, see the doctor, go to work,
Yeah.
pay your. Anything you do. You could be paying your bills. Visiting the doctor.
Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my automobiles? Thanks a lot. No,
Yeah, and the thing is,
Destiny's Child in my head for the rest of the night.
and the thing is, why do it? Why do it when you're not doing anything wrong? You're going around paying your bills, seeing the doctor, grocery shopping. You're working, going to school.
Now I know why some girls become freaking escorts. Yep.
But there's also another documentary dated back into mid '80s, very mid '80s. It shows what happens when you're being surveilled and how to counter surveil. And I'm like, my eyes are like this, size of a silver dollar. And I'm seeing this shit, and it's old school shit. Old school. Rotary phones. Shit.
I just heard Texas release a law that's stating that they're putting paddles back in schools to discipline the children.
I've been there. I've been there, done that as a kid. I remember being paddled for whatever dumb reason that I supposedly did. My principal paddled my ass, and I was like, man. And they somehow persuaded my mom to sign this paper saying that with her written permission, they could bust my ass. And
which makes me think, though. It makes me think. We had all those dunce hats and paddles.
Oh yeah.
Cat and nine tails and everything, and nobody did this back then. Why is it so much now?
Because they.
You got whipped if you got out of line.
I'm thinking they want to bring back the old school type of punishment, the wooden pedal on the ass, the rulers on the knuckles. Like holy shit, put that shit away. This is 2018. Put that fucking shit away.
See, I disagree with that because the kids nowadays, they are so disrespectful, disobedient. They are back talking little shit. Yeah. They're back.
That's why we got boot camps. Put those little bastards to boot camp.
Yeah, but they cost money. And I don't have, my son's already starting to get out of hand, just like the kids at his age. Now,
darling, he's early.
You
could connect early. He's what, 4? He's 4?
4.5.
He's okay. He's okay. He will grow out of that. I do. I spank him, or I smack him, or I slap him across the face whenever he cusses or something like that. But the thing is that
I'm not gonna hurt anybody,
right? But
at that age, he's just being a kid.
Well, see, the thing is that a lot of teenagers also, teenagers they think that their shit don't stink. They really do. They think that they know better than us, and they
need is a fear of God into those little fuckers. They need fear.
That would work for those families that believe in God. But
there was a video on Facebook of this black woman, and this little boy was kicking her, and she threw him right across the room. And the mom got pissed off at the black elder lady. Well, if you would discipline your children better, they wouldn't be like this. Get your ass back in line.
This black mom, saw her son wearing this Antifa shit, looking like a bipolar dumbass. She saw him, she went to him and beat the shit out of him.
That kid right across the room.
And he's running, and she's following him, beating the shit out of this kid. 17 years old, she's beating the shit out of this kid. And she's a single mom with 3 kids. Her son is a member of Antifa. Well, was until she got hold of him.
I'll kick your ass if you want to be a part of something like that shit. You keep your head down and you do what you're told.
I think
your studies.
if I was in that,
yeah, my 7-year-old nephew going, that little lady's so mean. She can't do that.
if I was in that position, my dad would whoop my ass. I mean, he would. I mean, I can admit, when I was 16 years old, I got my ass handed to me. And you know what? I deserved it. Okay.
I did too. Oh shoot, man! I actually told my dad once when I was young. I think I was like 7 or 8. I'm not sure how old I was, but I was young. And my dad had bought me these arch support boots because I'm pigeon-toed. My feet walk inward like this. Well, he was trying to correct it, and I got mad at him. I got mad at him, and I said, "I'm not wearing these." He goes, "Well, if you're not going to wear them, then you could just stay here." And we were at the store, and I told him, I said, "All right, fine, I'll stay here." He, sure as hell, he left my ass there. Him and my mom and my brother and my sister went all the way home. And they waited, I think it was like maybe 5-10 minutes at the most. To me, it felt like 2-3 hours. But like my dad left me at the store because I was throwing a fit, and my dad did come back for me, came and got me. And he said, "Are you gonna wear the shoes?" I was like, "Yeah," because I was crying.
See, the thing is, when the principal busts your ass with the paddle, and someone busts knuckles with a roller, your parents are supposed to do that, not the school.
Shit, if my son gets out of line, we'll go for it.
If your kid is just being bad at school, why shouldn't the school do it?
I agree, because
honestly, the school is there to.
Disrespectful.
The thing is, when I went to school, I was suspended. To me, that was the worst thing ever. That was like the worst thing ever. Was being suspended, because I would miss days. And also, I would miss days of a certain schoolwork that I would miss, and I would be behind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, suspension was like, okay, I'll. But the thing is, the one thing that really changed me. The one thing that changed me was.
Go ahead.
I went to Junior Recruit Officer Training Corps, JROTC, in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I was happy I went to that class.
I need to go get my earbuds.
All right, man.
Okay.
I went to that class in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and as a witness, it changed me for the better today.
Yeah, but that was back when those things were. Kind of free. I mean, there was an admittance fee, but nowadays to send your kid to like kid boot camp or something like that, it costs a lot of money. It costs hundreds of dollars, and I don't have hundreds of dollars. So if schools want to go ahead and discipline my son, do it. If my son talks back to you, if he's disrespectful, if he wants to threaten and hit other kids, go for it. Spank his little ass and bust his knuckles if it's needed.
That's unless it's needed. I mean, you're. Yeah. I mean, with your son, you're doing okay with him. I mean,
because he knows that I'll spank his ass with a belt if he doesn't. I got spanked when I was a kid. As a matter of fact, my dad had this
We all
leather-
did.
I remember when I was growing up.
My dad had a leather braided belt that, depending on the severity of my disrespect, whether it be lying, stealing, or whatever, it would depend on whether or not I got spanked with my pants on or bare bottom.
Depends on the crime.
The crash
And my parents had us pulling weeds for 8 hours.
Oh, I think
I
I'll.
like
And
that.
sometimes we would get that even if we didn't do anything wrong.
I think to me, I would rather pull weeds than get the belt. You know, I mean, I would rather get my hands dirty than get the belt. To be honest.
Can I choose the belt? Because I
How have you been doing, Grandmaster Reverend, stuck around these 2 women all night?
Hey man, I'm pouring up, dude.
How do you know? All right, bro. All right.
Yeah,
Hey,
hey man, hey. I'm sorry to you guys that I mean I was supposed to stay longer, but I had kids behind me. I was in the Lemoore for the past couple of days. Today's my son's birthday, so
Yeah.
I'm
I didn't mean to be rude.
no. Hey, you weren't, man. I needed to go because I didn't want to the free for all get noisy, and you guys were talking about certain things, and I didn't want it to ruin that for you guys, so I left. So I did the most respectful thing to do. I left, but tonight we're talking about why the FBI are so lazy on this Florida school shooting. Now, we've talked about how this kid, 19 years old, my son's age, okay, matter of fact, my son's age, shut up the school.
I have good news.
What's that?
I have good news. I can now walk in my bathroom and my camera does not turn off. What does that mean, everybody?
Internet.
That means you got Wi-Fi. That means you got
That
Wi-Fi.
means I have my range repeater because I started busting my ass on my buddy's roof. So he bought me the range repeater. It's just it cost way more than he expected, so I owe him $50 for fixing his roof.
Right on.
But I have Wi-Fi.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Nice, man.
all that.
Right on, dude.
Exactly. That's why I was going all day. I was busting my ass. I do quick work, but I do fucking legit, decent, awesome ass, kick ass work.
So they're finally painting my house since the 60s.
Damn.
Hey, I'll tell you something.
Something $4,000 to do
Damn.
it.
Hey, I'll tell you something.
Real shootings?
Yeah, we're talking about how the FBI are so lazy on the school shooting. This kid was reported not just once, not twice, but a few times by people. Okay.
I have a question.
Okay.
Has anybody ever seen what is the name of this show? What is the name of this show where all the computers are plugged in to? Is it Person of Interest? That's the show I'm trying to think of right here.
Okay.
Why do we not have one of these kind of systems? That everything is being watched and controlled by a fucking computer, and if somebody sees a gun in an improper location, ding, 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 an alarm goes off, and people are sitting there. Or somebody
It's
looks
a good
at the screen and sees why there is a gun in this location. It's like
that is a really good question, brother. I mean, good question, but this kid was reported not once but 3 times by people.
Saying.
And
If we had a person of interest saying, it would have went off.
he was reported to the FBI.
Multiple times and nobody helped him.
Okay, see, the only thing is that for me, I actually am a little bit, yay, Linksy, I am a little bit attached to, like, I do have a not really a background, but I do have a situation that is pertinent, well, not pertinent, but, oh God, I can't think of the word.
Impending?
No, my nephew, he has ADHD and ODD, oppositional defiant disorder.
Right, I know what that is.
Yeah, he has threatened several times to blow up his school. He is 9 years old. Yeah, 9 years old, and he has threatened to blow up his school multiple times. And the only reason why he did that was because of the fact that, one, he hadn't taken his medication because he likes to dilly-dally in the morning before he goes to school.
Dilly-dally, shilly-shally.
Yeah. And he doesn't take his medicine because he gets rushed out the door because they're late. And two, because children, his classmates, aren't exactly understanding as to what is wrong with him. They don't understand why he acts the way he does. He gets made fun of. He gets bullied. Even the teachers pick on him.
Well, that's not right.
Well, technically, if he has his oppositional defiance disorder, he should want to knock the fuck out of the teacher, because that's your technically defiance right there that he needs to be angry at. Then if he has what he has.
He's angry at not just the teachers, but he's also angry at the students, his classmates. So that's why he threatens to blow up the school. Because it's not just the
Well, another thing, how come he hasn't been sent to alternative school even after the first time? Because, like, literally, about 15 years ago, about 15 years ago, I can say, that I technically threatened to blow up a damn Slurpee machine. 3 people got scared. I went through a court case for terrorism, got off on it, and then I was sent to ACE. I won't tell you the second reason why. I was in high school. 14.
See, that's why more actions were taken. My nephew's 9.
That's the whole thing, though. All action should be taken for all kids. They should run through the basic outline of it anyway and be like, hey, yo, you keep on doing this is what will do. Like, he has more of a warning system than I did. My shit got slammed at me. He should be like, hey, dude, you need to calm down and not do this.
See, that's what they do. But it's been in different states because my brother-in-law, he's in the Navy, and my sister has 4 kids. And my nephew, who's 9, is the oldest. And they're just, they're lenient on him because of the fact that because he's in special ed classes, they're lenient. He doesn't just have ADHD and ODD. He has other things too. I just don't know what they are.
My nephew, my oldest nephew, he has ADHD, but more it's he has that and something else.
Disabled needs to answer this disabled thing.
See, when I was younger, I was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome at 14. At 14 years old.
Okay, this is very strange, everybody. I was completely kicked out of the call, and now I'm just the only person, and I hear everybody.
Yeah, your screen's all black.
This is very strange.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. Yeah, I was telling that what you and I were talking about, Curtis, that about a few weeks ago we were talking about this, that how there could be a lot of people in the round table, and a few of us will get kicked out more than one time. Like I got kicked at least. Yeah, I got kicked at least two or three times, and we're thinking that it could be Big Brother putting his nose where it doesn't belong.
Yeah,
exactly, man.
Like I said before, I think that they should stop worrying about us and start worrying about the bigger problems that are out in the world right now.
This is what I gotta say to Big Brother right here. Y'all know me. Y'all know about the anomaly of 2008 in April and March. Y'all know what happened. Back off, my people. and I will say this once.
Because
You know what I say once? I
there-
want a mimosa.
there
I
was
want $1 million.
there was when I was mentioning about the sound that I was listening that I was hearing, Curse
I have orange juice. I'm just missing the shit.
Curse asked me about being hacked, and it was through Messenger,
But no shit.
and remember that?
I smell an Ezra, but I don't hear an Ezra.
I don't hear him either.
I see him. His camera's off. I mean, he was at this earlier. I mean, it was.
He's
I
there.
didn't have seen him. I said I
Setting
smell
on
it.
Pagan and there it is. Oh, there it is.
There's a wall.
There's a hole there. Why is there a wall too?
Like on the small screen, that looks like a pussy for a half second. But
Your room is very holy. Talk about a holy shirt, we got holy walls. There also looks like there's a camera in the corner of your room, Ezra.
oh my god, I am so going to enjoy
Thanks for the
this.
blessing to that.
I am so going to enjoy the shower actually tonight, guys. After I get all my business done I gotta do, since I'm back on the internet for a moment, I'm so going to enjoy this shower tonight.
I had to go get my hair recut.
And this week I have to get that movie off for Tin Man. Because I want him to. Hey, what about last night's roundtable? Is that online so I can send it to somebody yet?
I have no
I
idea.
have no idea.
I had no idea. I wasn't there very long, man.
I went and checked for it after I watched my Dragon Ball Super, and it comes on every week, which sucks that they're not going to do a new Japanese week episode next week because we're like, and it's time to finish.
Oh, looks like we got holy ceilings as well.
There's 120 seconds left of this tournament, and we have to finish it out within the next episode or two. So yeah, they're taking off next week, and they're going to make it epic as hell. And you can tell from the title, it's going to be epic as hell.
I wouldn't know because I wasn't there. I wasn't there long enough to be in the free for all.
Look at
I'm
this
a big
licorice.
Dragon Ball fan, bro. I'm a major Dragon Ball fan. I love Frieza.
I beat you. Yeah, but my licorice is a foot long.
Between
I've got
Frieza
the
and
black
Future
ones.
Trunks are my favorite.
Mine are from Bass Pro, and mine's a foot long.
But oh crap, he left. I think I got kicked here again. It sucks.
Yeah. No, we got Twizzlers. We got Twizzlers. No, I don't have Twizzler.
There he is. He's back. He's back. All right.
You got the good
I'm
one.
back for real
You
now.
got the damn good one.
I'm back for real now.
What happened? What happened? Did you get booted again?
Oh, that's awesome.
What happened? Did you leave or get booted? I think it's his feet here.
Anybody got some ding dongs? Because I got the ho-hos. I got the ho-hos. If you all got the ding dongs. We got
I
three
only have
ding
one
dongs
ding dong.
in
I
this
have a
group.
small ding
1,
dong.
2, 3.
And I have the
And then-
smallest,
and
and I
then
will bet $20 that I have the
Eminem.
smallest ding dong. I will bet $20 that I have the smallest ding dong. Who wants to go? Who wants to go?
We're all average, man. We're all average. No, nobody's that gifted.
I think I spent so much on ding dongs, I don't even know what to do with it.
I said smallest. I bet $20 I got the smallest out of
If
this.
y'all are beef jerky lovers, try this one. It's really good. It's really good.
I've tried bacon. I've tried bacon jerky, turkey jerky,
That's a 5.
maple bacon jerky.
That got a carb bad thing.
It's
This
just
is
playing
the one
little
to get.
noises in the background on us.
Huh?
It's just playing little noises in the background on us. I heard some choom choom, and that was the right noise, brother. That was the right noise, just to let you know. Yeah, I'm learning how to make those. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that's the noise, bro. That's the exact noise I asked you to make a couple days ago. That's exactly what I was looking for, brother. I got more than that.
Well,
But
So
let's
my
round back
habit-
into the topic.
What we've
So-
learned so far is that right now, the little brother was arrested and put in a mental institution. When they
Why?
when they caught him, when they got him, he had a gun on him. When they got
I
him.
wish my freaking tablet wouldn't take so long
But the shooter, Nicholas Cruz, who's 19, was charged with 17 counts of murder. 17 counts, and at 19
I
years
need
old.
the dictionary and the tablet.
And he was reported to the FBI before by a YouTuber, by someone from the school, and the FBI had a dossier on him, but they didn't jump at it. And also, there was word of the Secret Service was planning. The Secret Service was planning we call it one of those drills at the school, and why was the Secret Service doing a drill? We don't know. And
The Secret Service, whenever somebody wants to do a drill, they can do it whenever they want because they are the government and they technically think they rule. They can do whatever they want. If they wanted to, they could tell us right now that we're under the New World Order, the one world government. But they're not. They're not going to let us know. Even though technically the 13th family.
technically we know, but they are acting like that
20,
we don't
20 to
know.
30 sets of people. I believe
They're gonna hide it
it's
from us just
30
like they're
sets of
gonna do with everything else.
I believe it is still under 30 sets of people who technically control this planet.
Planet.
Big time.
Hitler never died.
By the way, did anybody ever be able to hear that MP4 file that I sent? Well, that Foos sent, that Mafusto sent. Did anybody ever got to hear that?
Let me see here.
I know. So it pop up.
Let me see here.
I sent it directly to you, and then for some reason I can't find that file that was perfect that I could send to people. That was on your messenger, and for some reason it's not there now.
Wasn't that how it happened?
It was perfectly there, and now it's not because it was perfectly a video clip. I mean a voice clip file instead of an MP4 file. I sent it as a zip document to one of the groups, Grandmaster.
Let me look at it real quick, and because I'm just starting up my tablet now.
Yeah, you might want to not let it play and then speak about it. Just to say, don't let it be reviewed, please.
So I have a
It's like,
question.
sure, I'm here.
Has anybody heard from John yet?
No.
I've tried. I mean, I've tried everything I could. I tried his Facebook. I tried his YouTube, his channel, everything. I don't know. I cannot find anything on him.
So he's still on Facebook?
Well, he has under John Connor, but not his real name.
Okay.
But like I
So
said,
he's
but
not
like I said,
responding.
darling, like I said, if he wants to do it, do his own, he'll come back on his own terms. If he's busy with something that's top secret, I mean, we don't know. I mean,
Hey, who blew the doggy whistle?
he will
I
he
heard
will.
that too. I heard that. My eyes just exhaled. That really hurt, dude.
I miss John.
Yeah, get off that tune, please. Thank you. Yeah, John is not here, and it's kind of upsetting me a little bit. And I know that I might have contributed like a 0.1% to that, but even though he might be on a covert op or a top secret op, I think he was a little upset with the group at one time, and I was part of that reason.
Well, he talked to me afterwards, but it's just he just up and left. Like we were in the middle of a conversation.
I don't think,
responded.
Church. Hey man, I don't think it was anybody's fault at all. I mean, if what he's doing is covert, like what Jimmy was saying.
Exactly.
We are not at fault, but if there's something that they're doing, it's covert. It is a need to know basis for us.
Yes, exactly. And technically, what I'm saying is that I don't apologize for what I did, but I apologize for how I am, because I know that I step on religion, and I don't care what it is. If you speak religion, I will step on it, and that's exactly how
Never
I am.
Apologize, brother. Hey, never apologize. Do not apologize. Never apologize.
No, I don't say I'm sorry, because saying I'm sorry puts myself down. I will apologize. I use technical definitions. Because if I technically did something wrong, I need to personally apologize. Like a few of these people here have
never say sorry, man.
Several times.
Where's the music coming from?
Ezra. Never say sorry, man. Anybody that says sorry is a sign of weakness.
Okay to apologize. Anybody who's sorry is sore. And I mean the old school definition of sore. I mean, like, you're back in the 80s and somebody called your ass sore and you want to punch them in the face now. Somebody knows exactly what I mean.
I do.
But yeah, something like that, more or less.
I just miss him, that's all.
Oh yeah, but yeah, like I.
Darling, we all miss him, but he'll come back on his own terms. If it's covert he's doing, let him be. He will let us know the time comes, because we all got a job to do.
If anybody has any information on technically, because I have not studied Zionism, and I will literally admit right now that I have not technically studied Zionism, even though I've studied a good handful of religions. I've technically studied about 26 religions, but Zionism was not on the list. John
Connor would be the best person to ask, because he knows a lot. He knows a lot about.
I just want the expert guy, and I want somebody to run it down real quick to me in about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, so I can catch up on what it is.
John Connor is the perfect guy to ask, because he knows full-fledged of what Zionism is. No more, no less. It's huge.
Okay,
they got lost.
Oh, they got lost. Okay.
Yeah, when he went ghost, and basically, I guess he either blocked me or deleted his.
Oh yeah, you didn't save him externally before he disappeared.
No, because he didn't tell me to. He didn't advise me to do that, and I didn't know that he was gonna just up and disappear, because.
Yeah, because that's basically what I need. I don't need to sit here and ask you questions. I need you to map it out for me. I need you to tell me the outside edges of this puzzle, and then I can start putting the pieces into it.
I can send you a link.
Awesome. I also sent you it's called Kill All Mortals, by the way. It's .zip, .mp4.zip. That's how Foos looks at the human race. That is exactly how Mephisto looks at the human race, guys. And basically, I'll put it in simple words. If you're not intelligent enough to become immortal, you deserve to be mortal and die immediately. That's exactly how Mephisto looks at mortals. humans. Anybody who chooses to be not immortal. That's exactly how Mephisto looks at you. If you don't choose to be immortal, you deserve to be mortal and die now. That's pretty much what all of it says, the 2 minutes in a simple, real quick solution. But that's one person's opinion. That's his opinion. He's like, yeah, he's taking a shower first. And he takes like 5 hours in the shower. I'm going to have to go in there and punch him. He took the little yellow guy too, man. The little yellow guy said that he had to go to the doctor because somebody spilled something on him last night. I don't know who did it.
Oh no!
And he absorbed that shit, and now he has like a fucking tumor in his ass.
Get that boy a lick.
So who has the timer on this? Who actually has the official timer?
This could go as long as it goes, brother. I've got all night to
No,
do.
I mean, what has transpired so far? 2 hours?
Right now is 7:59. I started about maybe a couple hours ago. So we could go all night.
You just hit the record button and you don't even know what's recorded how much long.
Well, the thing is, I started the video this before I even called you guys in. I mean,
awesome. So it's been longer going. Okay.
I've been at this for a good hour and a half before I called you guys in. I called in.
I've been here 30 minutes.
I called in Jenna and Genevieve, and then we started talking, and then Ezra came in for a bit. Genevieve had to leave for a moment, and then we were talking about paganism and Wicca and all other things and stuff, and then
yeah, that's still a religion in my standpoint.
And then you came in. Then after came in, the whole
what? The guy Brian, Kitty that was here last night. He has his personal viewpoint about pagans and Wiccans too. He says that they're actually a curse, but.
Oh heck no!
This is, brother. Hey, this is how I see it. Paganism and Wicca is all about nature, earth, wind, fire, water, the elements. And I'm a big believer in.
I can explain it in words.
I'm a big believer in the 4 elements. Big time.
Yes, I believe in all of this. But the thing is that when he talks about a curse, I can explain it in a word that you can understand. It limits you to this single planet. It makes you only planetary power. Like me and you've already discussed, Grandmaster. I don't know if you want me to say it, but
we discussed in a very universal matter. I mean, huge matter.
Yes,
I mean, beyond the whole universal matter. I mean, like beyond the solar system and shit. I mean.
But exactly. That's how come I said you was a galactical level sage, and I'm a universally level being. And what I'm sitting here stating is that Wiccans and pagans limit you to only being a planetary level being. You must break free of that. You cannot limit yourself. You are only limited by your mind. And if your mind creates the 80% of reality that atoms of the empty space are, why are you limiting yourself?
You can only do what you believe you can do.
Space is the limit. Space is the limit. Sky is not the limit. Space is the limit.
But at the same time.
But the question is, what if space is not the limit? What if you could go?
Raised in a time where do as you wish. That's the time I was raised in.
What if you could go further?
Do what you will, but how not?
Exactly, and I only stated the first half of that. I was raised by only the first half of that.
What if?
Yeah, but in that time period, when people did what they wanted, there was also a lot of people that had a lot of consequences and suffered for doing whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted.
Very much so, because as my campfire stories state, my essence way back in the day started and thought of a way to make an entire army fall at once, and that's why he went to Heal, which is Heil.
My question is that, since we talked about this, Curtis, that what if space isn't the limit? What if you could go further? I mean, literally
That's
beyond space. I mean,
another thing people still haven't found yet.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna wait till everybody gets their thought out. Then I'm gonna say something.
Because
All right, I hear dead space. The universe that we are allowed to see on Google Space is a single wavelength. All right, now let me say this without stuttering. A single wavelength. So the universe that we are shown on Google Maps is one like that. Straight up, no BS. The whole thing is let's go beyond a universe for a moment. Let's take the theory that is explained in a specific episode, and like the reason why I watched Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super is because there's little bitty hints of reality in there, but it's just a show. It's just a show, but there's like I've always said, in everything that they show on TV, there is at least that 1% truth, and you have to find it. They talk about ascension in Dragon Ball Z. They talk about transcendence in Dragon Ball Z. In Dragon Ball Super, they tell you about the universes. And yes, that was plural. We are within the 7th universe. That is why Google Space only shows us a single wavelength. Because according to the Dragon Ball theology, there was 18. Zeno-sama, who is the creator and destroyer and ruler of all universes, made it 12. And the thing is that 1 and 12 are twins, 2 and 11 are twins, 3 and 10 are twins, 4 and 9 are twins, and so on and so forth, all the way back to where 6 and 7 are twins.
There's a scene in Thor, the first Thor movie, where Thor and Jane were talking about the stars in the book, and he was run out the map of all 9 realms, and he was explaining to her on how the realms work, on how they are. It could be in a movie.
That he spoke of.
It could be in a movie, a video game, a comic book, even a story or novels. There's always that 1% of truth. And if you catch on to that 1% of the truth, you realize that there's much more to get at, to understand.
Is another awesome example.
Yeah.
Jupiter ascending explains how a mortal can become immortal. And everybody loves nudity, so this is what I'm going to say. Whenever you see at the very beginning you see a chick. Whenever you see that chick's butt, rewind the movie about 10 minutes and pay attention. So everybody likes nudity, so whenever you see that girl's butt and she talks about light bulbs and cells, rewind the movie till before they go into the room with all the candles. And there is your 1%. Right there is your 1%. Listen up, because she explains transcendence.
My son and I just saw the Black Panther movie yesterday, and it made some sense on now. It all started where the dad was telling the son how Wakanda was created. It was created from this material called vibranium that came from the stars. It was the strongest metal known to man. The vibranium was not just a metal, it was a technology. It was hidden in place in Africa. And it was hidden in plain sight. It was fought over by 5 tribes, but 5 tribes had their own section in Wakanda. And there was a man that met the spirit of their Black Panther. And Wakanda was very advanced in technology. Very advanced. Very advanced. And I did see some truth into this. And if you go and watch this movie, you understand what's about. Not just about the character of the Black Panther. You would see different technologies, different ways on how they did things in Wakanda compared to outside of other parts of the world. Yeah, I mean the whole technology is like really advanced. I mean, even more advanced than what we have today. But even though it's a movie, it made a lot of sense of how far technology can and will go. It will go as far as it can be.
Because they knew how to work Obelisk back then. If we can harness one thing from back in the day, I want it to be an obelisk. If we can understand how the obelisks work, like screw the pyramids, screw how the pyramid lays on top of it with a Merkaba, and you take the capstone and you plug it to the sun and you can repel something. Like, screw that. I want to make sure that the obelisk works in present day. You want to know why? Because that...
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, brother. I mean,
that will eliminate nuclear power right there. That will completely knock out nuclear power. It will be far beyond nuclear power. It will be like nuclear power is fucking the campfire in the woods now. And
Big
that's
time.
literally how powerful the obelisk is. We need one 12-foot obelisk and we can like do the entire east fucking coast. Like that obelisk in Washington, I bet you if they know how to work that shit, it's powering something. It's fucking powering something.
Yeah, I do believe that too. I mean, it's powering something to a degree where that not even anybody would ever understand. Like in Iraq, Saddam Hussein had a Stargate in Iraq, and one of the reasons why.
Somebody please tell me who decided to let men rule the world. I'm gonna go have a big old talk with that person.
That would be
back in the day whenever everybody decided that Eve ate the apple first. That automatically made women the ultimate sin and men just followed because men are stupid. Something beautiful distracted the man and he went stupid. So that's exactly what happened back in the day, so to speak.
And my dad is right. Once you turn 13, your brain turns to shit.
Don't even need something pretty to distract your guys' minds. Hey, look.
I mean, whether man or woman, we could all be distracted by anything. By anything. Not just the men, but also women too. I mean, we could be easily distracted by anything or everything. I mean, anything really. I mean,
a lot of elders would be talking about if you really want to gain a man to love you, feed him. Feed him.
I mean, like
steak.
I mean,
Slice a steak.
Give him what he loves, and then you got his heart.
Hell yeah, the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
I think Methuselah showed up for a moment. She doesn't come around often, but she's kind of iffy. You know whether or not if it's her or him, because Methuselah's both, something like that. Both but neither, don't they? That's who Methuselah actually is. Both but neither.
I would agree on all levels that if God was a woman, we wouldn't be in this mess.
And especially since Methuselah is 8th dimension, she definitely does not have binary coding or a gender.
George Carlin made a good point. If God was a woman, we wouldn't be in this mess.
You're damn right. If Yahweh was
We would not be
fucking
in
Wei
this
Yao,
mess if a woman
if
was.
Yahweh was Wei Yao, this planet would be so much better.
Because religion brings in billions of dollars every year.
And I'd actually follow Wei Yao. But too bad Wei Yao.
I read something the other day that was quite interesting.
Before you're quite interesting, this is something for the ladies.
Who is that?
A book?
See, I can't see nothing. Mine says his camera's off.
Oh, that's messed up. What about now?
There goes.
What about now?
But-
Okay, I'm going to make sure.
But
Hold on.
George Carlin did make a good point, is that God is all powerful, all knowing, all wise, but just can't handle money.
Nope, still black.
And I mean,
I still don't know who that is.
it's naked guy's ass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
did I
maybe you can't see it.
I mean,
Can't see anything.
Okay, we got a guy.
That's
A
your
guy
face.
that's fully naked.
Oh no.
Still don't know.
but you know, if God was a woman, we wouldn't be in this mess.
I'll worry
to
about
begin
it
with.
later. Yeah, if Yahweh was Wei Yao, we'd be so much fucking better off, dude. I swear. Actually, respect Wei Yao.
I mean, God would be thrown out on his all-powerful ass a long time ago.
That's a quote. Yep. Yep. If we had any control, he would have been fired.
Believe me, we've wanted to do it for centuries.
I bet you he still thinks it's the dinosaur days.
I don't know,
We've been
brother.
wanting to do it for centuries to fire you asses.
I mean, we've all thought about this for a long time, but it took a comic to talk about it, to bring it up.
Which comic?
George Carlin. George Carlin.
I don't care.
George Carlin made a good
Joe
point.
Pesci and the Sun. Joe Pesci and the Sun. That is what George Carlin worships.
Yes.
That is his religion. Joe Pesci and the Sun.
Son.
And I agree with half of that. Because I'm my personal Joe Pesci, and I worship the sun, because if the sun is here, I can charge. I'm not like Superman. I'm just saying I can do more if the sun is here. Without the sun here, I have to rely on my personal power source.
Solar.
You got her going, dude.
That's what
You got her going, man. You got her going, dude.
I think better at night, but I charge with the sun. The sunlight charges me for some reason. Like, if I want to do something, it's more easier to do it with the sun shining.
I would rather worship the moon and the wolves.
Yeah, I use the moon whenever the sun's not around. I bounce off the moon. My satellite, like it technically is for the Earth, I use the moon as a rangefinder because I just follow the light that's reflecting off of the moon and I find the sun automatically.
Oh,
I mean, I would rather worship the wolf and the moon.
I'm poster to you. See if you actually work at night.
All I gotta say is all I gotta say is sugar was going down swinging in this resistance, and a loaded God complex, and let's cock it and pull it.
$9 a month.
And I'm talking about a loaded God complex without the ego behind it. Let's fucking win this war.
If you go onto YouTube, if you go onto YouTube and type up Russell Brand and the Messiah Complex and watch the show, I mean, he'll hit every
The
point.
truth.
The truth, yes. I mean, this guy was a known comic and actor, but he chose comedy over acting.
Yep.
Comedy was his thing.
We're talking about Robin Williams now?
No, we're talking about
Russell Brand.
Brand, who was married to Kelly Clarkson or Katy Perry.
Katy Perry.
I knew it was one of those two.
It was Katy Perry.
They're all celebrities meld together for me. I really do apologize. They're all one person to me.
Well, did you see when Minnie got her start finally after 40 years of
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, that was kind of
Mickey Mouse. That 6 foot fucking rat.
I liked her outfit.
Oh man.
She even got a hat to match it.
Okay, so let's round around again, Grandmaster. You're pretty awesome at doing that. Let's round.
Ah, shit. I mean, talking about Mickey Mouse, that 6 foot fucking rat. What the hell? Shit.
That's why I jumped off that subject real quick. Grandmaster's pretty good at rounding up the round table every time it needs to be rounded off.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. I mean, I'm just lucky to do this because, I mean, right now I feel like I'm kind of taking Tim Man's spot for the night. I mean, not fully, but just for the night. I was supposed to be at the free for all last night, but I was on location at town for a couple of days, which I said on Messenger, and spending time with my son.
You cannot hear Grandmaster?
Nope.
She cannot hear you, Grandmaster. All right, Genevieve, how about everybody pause for like 12 seconds? Let Genevieve leave the call and come back because she is having the most problems.
All right.
I will bring you back in if you have problems. Let me know. Okay, and Genevieve is right here. Bring back in.
I'll see what I can do, man. Okay, she's in.
Yay, now I can see and hear everybody.
She's back.
Awesome sauce. All right, I'm going to mute my mic so I can shut up.
Well, when I was with my son for 2 days this weekend, it kind of reminded me of what happened. The shooting kind of brought back something that really bugged me. You know, my son's school got a bomb threat. He got a bomb threat, and his mom called me that next day, telling me that she was going to transfer my son to another school, and and it was done by 3 guys, and one of them was my son's age, and just enlisted in the military. Bomb threat at school and a church. And as a dad, it really it really tore me up.
Yeah, it would tear anybody up.
Because
losing your kid that young?
My son was 15. He was a freshman at Bullwood High School here in Fresno. And just hearing
All
about
those parents are going crazy now.
and I could relate to him. I could relate to him in a way. I could relate to him in a certain way.
Wow, I did not know that, Grandmaster.
Yeah, and
wow. That's what that was. Wow. Like, I'm gonna need a minute, bro. I'm literally gonna need a minute. You can keep on talking, but I'm gonna need a minute.
Because I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. Belt it out. It'll help you.
especially your soul.
Just the
Yeah,
idea,
man.
you
Yeah,
know,
man. Just keep on spitting, brother.
just the idea, you know. 17 are dead, okay? 17 are dead, and
Multiple in the hospital still.
those parents are not getting their kids back,
Nope.
and they're not getting their kids back.
And that kid was asking for help for so long, and nobody helped him. He did not want to do that. That boy, he didn't want to do that.
And
That's why he's feeling remorseful and everything. And he didn't want to do it, but he did it, and nobody helped him. It's like
I
our
have a
children
question.
gonna have to do
they need help.
this.
People
Go
like
ahead,
that.
Jenna.
People like that need help. And
I have a technical question here. I know sometimes people do go insane and do certain things, but like the Las Vegas shooting,
Yeah.
everybody knows that was a setup. Does anybody think that this was a setup?
well,
Somebody influenced these kids to do this. Somebody influenced these kids to
well,
do
the
this.
thing,
in
what,
some way,
well,
shape,
well, the thing where I'm standing at is that three students, well, actually about 3 or 4 students, said that there was at least 1 or 2 shooters, but a reporter
if
interviewed
there was two, that means that there was a head guy and a little grunt guy.
there are at least 2, and I'm thinking that could the little brother be one of the shooters?
That's
but
what I'm saying. There was a grunt guy and there was a leader.
Yeah.
There's always multiple. There's a leader and then there's grunts, and the leader is most likely not ever seen. So if there was 2, when they think there was 2, and one of them got the fuck away. Because you don't.
And then he took the fall. That poor kid took the fall.
Yeah, exactly. And if you catch that one, then you're good. Then you know that he was there. But the thing is that you have to prove that he was there.
one girl detailed it perfectly. She wasn't. I mean, there's at least 2 that were smiling during the interview. They were smiling during the interview. And the one girl, and
that kid asked for help from multiple people, and nobody did help. I don't blame this kid for doing this. I don't blame him.
No, he
This
shouldn't
is
get
pretty
the
much
full
what
rap.
has happened.
Because
Nobody
by the way,
took
it
this
sounds.
kid seriously enough to help him.
the FBI has blood of 17 families, children, on their hands, and they don't give a shit.
Not
Whenever
only
I was
just
watching
the
this,
state and the
I thought
government,
there was more than one location I was hearing bullets come from.
the psychologists and the mental health programs and everything that are designed to ease them through this kind of stuff. Nobody bothered to help them. This blood is on the hands of everybody that he went for help.
As well as the FBI for not jumping to action whenever he
Yeah.
started.
But also, what bugged me is that why did he put a video up saying that he wants to be a professional school shooter? And because of that video, he was turned in by a fellow YouTuber.
Dang, man.
He was turned into the FBI and YouTube.
They can't even prove that it was even him that wrote that stuff. Do you know how many people are hacking into people's profiles right now?
Yeah, real shit, dude. Real shit. Like, do you know how much views have been deducted from YouTube? Like, no fucking joke. I could like halfway see
Little
some of
over
this
90%.
shit. Exactly.
I mean, somebody could
Like,
take your picture off your damn profile and make another one that looks exactly like you and they're controlling it and catfishing all these people and everything.
yeah, I was about to say.
Same as Facebook.
That's reverse catfishing.
Same as Facebook.
Using your picture to catfish people and causing your life a living hell.
Exactly, because if somebody decides to call somebody's bluff on that shit, they're looking at you like for real instead of the person.
There was a TV show out there on MTV that strictly deal with people catfishing, and they call out the person that's truly behind those fake profiles.
Oh yeah, there's several different.
I caught at least 4.
It's not just
Here a while
relationships
back.
either. I've seen several different scenarios. I've
And
seen a
some of these
scenario.
people that are on these shows make you go, you're in the worst state of your life, and you have the audacity to do this to people. You have the
I've seen a
audacity.
scenario where a celebrity went to them because somebody had made a profile out of their account and all their families. I also saw a episode where somebody was catfished, thinking that somebody was a guy, and it turns out to be a girl. I've also saw a catfish where like
There
4
was
or
one
5
catfish
people.
that even made it on the news.
I even saw a
totally
catfish
destroyed
where
a
4 or 5 people were
basketball
catfished by
players.
the same person, and it
Right.
turns out that it was the skinny white nerd instead of this buff ass cool looking jock. And he didn't give a fuck. He was like, "Fuck y'all, I don't care."
I saw a paralyzed kid.
I missed that episode. I saw the previews of that.
Yeah, he was pretty much. He couldn't walk or anything, so he couldn't go see this chick that was doing anything to him. So they had her go with them to meet him, and she wanted still a relationship with this guy, and he totally turned around and was a jackass to her.
I even saw an episode where they called out a medium and they thought a medium was a catfish, and they actually went and got the medium and proved that she was an actual legit medium. There is billions of scenarios
She
that catfish
was
things up to you, and
psychically
it's always original.
energizing
It's
her
crazy.
kid's father.
It's not always relationship focused. That's what I'm trying to point out here.
Mm-hmm.
There's also some well-known mediums that are fakes, like the Long Island medium.
A lot of meetings that are actually really true
Start on the Long Island
don't
medium.
charge anything for their services.
Exactly. I personally know one, but I don't want to put her on blast. But if you want to know her name, I'll let you know in a private message later.
But there is some that do play the fake role of a medium.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
play with fire that they don't even know about just to have the money. And then they buy all these beautiful cars and everything that they know they can't
Yeah, or
afford.
they'll read
And they're
somebody
taking advantage of gullible people.
And I know I'll be
play
getting.
with Grandmaster for a minute.
I know I will be getting a huge backlash for this, but hey, look, if you stop and think and watch the scenes of the Long Island medium, to be honest, I mean, this is no bullshit, okay? No bullshit. She's fake. She's fake. Because she tried. Yeah.
Hold on a second, guys. Let me play this game real quick, all right? Me and Grandmaster's going to do something real quick. I'm going to play media, and Grandmaster's going to play the person. You ready?
Okay.
I'm sensing an older individual with a letter starting with ill. Do you know an older individual may have passed, may have not, starting with ill?
No.
All right, let's go fishing again. What about an older female that has passed that starts a letter somewhere in her name has an F, and you know an F is a weird letter to have in a name.
No.
But you see, that's basically what they do. But they read a book to learn exactly what to pick, what to do. Like, I'll do one that actually will work. All right, Grandmaster, a female that is alive, that's about your age, starting with S.
I would not know. I couldn't say.
You see how it turns into I'm not sure. That's how come the third one I said, all right, I'm going to do one that will, because this letter will work. Do you see how they do that? It's like picking R, S, T, L, and E for the things of Wheel of Fortune before the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, game over.
I mean,
I just wanted to prove a point.
if you also look
That's
at that
basically
Edwards
what it
guy,
is.
the Edwards guy,
Yeah, he was proven fake. He was proved fake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he got sued because he was fake.
I get so tired of these idiots trying to use this so-called fake claiming to be. Look at, I can see the world. I could predict the future. Okay, what are you predicting now?
See, a real medium.
I'm sorry, I
Not
didn't
say-
know how this works.
A real medium.
It just won't. I'm sorry, it just. I broke it. I'm sorry, I broke it.
See, a real medium won't say I'm sensing, or a real medium won't say I predict. A real medium will say, okay, this is what I'm feeling.
Exactly. This is how it fits. This is what
Yeah.
I'm going. This is what I'm experiencing at this moment. I'm not, well. They'll say I feel this, like I feel the pressure here. They'll explain direct things.
But
And they'll have, they'll give
but when they
details
say
that no one
I
else
predict, that's when you know they're fake.
Yep.
Because that's one of the two
I got one
words that
told
they'll
me
say.
I got one
That's
that
how-
told me that my future husband was coming in 2 years and I better get ready. I said, where? A bowl of ice cream? A bowl of ice cream? Because I see that in the very near future, like when I get out of here.
I forgot what I was talking about because I heard ice cream. I was talking about medians, but I forgot what I
I
was
got some big
saying.
dogs because I got the ho-hos.
Oh my gosh, we already went through this conversation. All right, well, let's talk about Grandmaster. What have we talked about tonight so far in Fleet General Civilization?
We basically talked about how the FBI is lazy and shit. We talked about the religions, on how two are based on the elements of Earth, and others are man-made religions.
And One World Theologies.
One with theologies, and how this kid needed help. I mean, this kid needed help.
This
This
kid was crying out and nobody wanted to help him, and then the wrong person stepped in.
No one stepped in, and then people are wondering, well, why did he do what he did? Because you fools wouldn't help him, that's why.
Well, the thing was,
He wouldn't have done this if you
Now-
didn't help him.
now Columbine happened in '99. Okay, that was when Clinton was in
I thought that
office.
happened in 91. Damn, I'm off.
Bill Clinton did not get blamed
I'm
for
off bad.
Bill Clinton did not get blamed for Columbine. Barack Obama did not get blamed for Sandy Hook. But it's kind of funny how President Trump got blamed for the school shooting.
Hey, Trump's gonna get blamed for everything, dude. I don't care. I don't care if somebody
Yeah,
whose DNA proved that they took the shit on the White House steps. Trump took that fucking Trump on the White House steps. That is Trump's Trump on the White House steps.
the
I don't
reason
care
they're
if I
hating
was
on
there
him is
fucking
because
kid.
he's doing his fucking job.
Yeah, I don't care if I fucking live broadcasted me taking a shit on the fucking White House steps. Trump fucking took a shit on the White House steps this morning. Breaking news.
Even if I stream myself live pissing on Alamo, Trump will get blamed on that one too.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
been more shootings since Trump has took office than there has ever been in history.
And that,
Crazy ass bitches, and they don't want to accept that their president is someone who is actually doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, do you realize the difference in Trump and every other president? Trump don't open his mouth about shit to the public.
No, he tweets.
And that's what I want to see in a president. There should be secrecy about where our military strikes are going. Let's not tell them fucking a month and a half to not be in this fucking city.
You know, Obama may have done what he did, but he sure did do stuff he was supposed to do.
No, Obama created a bunch of red fucking tape for Trump to fucking cut through. Let's get logistics right. Obama is the reason why we are $1 trillion in debt. Let's get logistics right here.
Him and Bush.
Get off your alphabet channel. Get off your alphabet channel and go do some research.
He made a law
Exactly. Red tape. Red tape.
Darling, it was mostly red tape on his part.
We have all these shootings now that it's gone. How does that make any sense?
Because, like was stated last night, if somebody wants a gun, they will get a motherfucking gun.
They will get
Excuse my
a knife,
expression.
a gun, anything as a weapon, either to kill, maim, or hurt people. Either way,
Or to just basically protect yourself if somebody was stupid.
A freaking spoon can become a weapon. So are we gonna?
You daggone right. I can carve out your eyeball with the spoon. You want to play who's the better killer?
Sounds like a dull death.
Even a plastic butter knife can be a weapon.
A sport can be a motherfucking weapon. I could stab you in the hand with a sport dog.
The freaking cord from my headphones can be a weapon. Strangle someone.
Check this out. I got a.
Sounds like a suicidal attempt to me.
shit, my ball can be a weapon.
My finger can be a weapon. If I put my thumb in the proper location on your head and I push hard enough, you can die. But not me. Not me.
I bet if I put my balls in some
Yes,
chick,
that was the
I
first time
bet
I've done that.
I would bet $20 if I put my balls in some chick's mouth, she'll die gargling on him.
Do you know what's the big killer in America today? Diabetes.
Okay,
Damn
next
right.
topic.
Damn right.
Did anybody check out the information that my buddy gave, which was the Clinton's house got on fire and
Yeah, I heard about that. It was over
Okay,
evidence of the server and
that
shit.
was from my buddy that wants to be on camera but can never have the time because he's always busting his ass for just to survive. He's making the 4 or 5 incomes by himself to be in a house. He's busting his ass. He's a thousandaire, like self-proclaimed thousandaire, by busting his ass every fucking day. And I mean, he is working literally the 36-hour days that I do. He runs on my schedule that he works because he learned my schedule. And he says this is a whole lot more intelligent to run, especially if you want to get shit done.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot more time in a day.
I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. It's getting really late out here in Nebraska, so I'm gonna have to go to bed here soon. So
All right, darling.
just letting everybody know.
And I'm gonna have to. Like, I'm gonna have to go look at my uncle here in about a little bit too, man. I'm gonna have to go take care of him till he goes to bed.
Okay.
So we might want to round this down whenever Genevieve gets back.
All right. We got another 10 minutes. We're good. Another 10 minutes. Good.
All right, bro. So, what can we throw in here real quick? Tell me your thoughts on Kill All Mortals, that MP4 that Foose sent to you. Have you listened to that yet?
I haven't got to it, man. I'm like trying to find the.
It's like 2 minutes long. It's right above in this chat, I think. I'll resend it. Hold on. I'll resend it so it's at the bottom, bro. Because I
Alright.
just sent it to somebody.
Okay.
I'll resend it directly to this chat so it's at the bottom.
Okay.
Let me type in table. Table send. Alright, it should be at the bottom of the chat here in about 12 more seconds. Oh, it's there. It's there. I see it. It's officially there.
All right. Let me see here.
Now, you might be able to download that to a mobile device. You might not be able to. Alright, we're doing one last thing, and then we're rounding it off here, because he's going to listen to something. Grandmaster's going to listen to something for 2 minutes, and then he's going to give me his thoughts on it.
All right.
Okay.
So he has to just get it through, and don't play it live. Just give me your thoughts, please, Grandmaster, because this is too heavy for basic people to hear, and I apologize for calling everybody watching us basic.
Nah, come man, that's cool. It's loading on my tablet, man.
Yeah, it's quite loud, so make sure you're listening to the voices.
All right.
And obviously, you'll understand which one Foos is portraying.
Is this like really heavy?
Yeah, there's a lot of background noise and a lot of wind, but that's exactly how it sounds.
Okay.
Because technically they're charging and their aura is producing wind. So that's what you're hearing. You're hearing aura wind. And a lot of it.
Okay. Well, let Dan load for a moment here.
Yeah, you said this would take about 10 minutes anyway, and that's about how much you wanted to put left on this tape.
Okay. It'll be a while, so yeah, it's probably gonna be about.
Is it at least at 20-something% now?
It's didn't say, but doesn't say, but it's downloading though.
It'll ding for you. Okay, so whoa! I just noticed Genevieve cut her hair. I got my screen dim so that my phone could charge, so I can't really see everybody.
Yeah, man.
But I know I'm
dude. She got a logo.
Nice. That's awesome.
I had a trip today.
What did you do today to make yourself feel accomplished, Jenna?
Managing to get through school.
Okay. That is the answer I was looking for. Thank you.
I'm still on the English homework.
At least you made yourself feel accomplished today. You did something to make yourself feel accomplished. Because I went and busted my ass on a roof. It got like a third of it knocked out. Like actually a sixth of it, but a third of the bullshit worked. And I went and got my Wi-Fi repeater, my signal repeater, and I hooked it all up, dude. My hardware guy came in here and helped me out. I'll send a picture of how it looks later.
Okay.
It's pretty awesome. I'll send a picture to the round table of how my new Wi-Fi connection looks so that y'all can see how I'm bootlegging shit for my homeboy.
You need to go away, 7-year-old little boy, because I have no clue what the hell you're talking about.
Literally, I have 5 bars across the board. I have super internet right now. I have overloaded internet and it is working. I can literally print out the whole fucking movie that I'm supposed to do.
No, you're looking at the wrong screen, dude.
I can print it all out and I can load it to it. I can do this. I have the capability. I can do this now. Alright, by now Grandmaster Style should be at least halfway done if it's not completely done.
Little pizza pockets. Oh, you better not be lying because if you.
Hey Jenna, if you're not talking to us, you're kind of being loud.
I'll give you something to cry about. That's what I will do.
Shit.
So, yes to say that I read your message, Genevieve. You sent me a message, and my answer is yes if you are still willing to do that little teeny tiny. Okay, all right. Something that we talked about last night that you don't want to erase it over.
Alright.
Awesome sauce. You should be ready to listen to it now. Hey, you're being loud. Can you mute your microphone if you're going to scream across the damn house?
Arguing with a 7-year-old.
Well, you could have muted your microphone 5 minutes ago because I was trying to have a conversation over your loud mouth. Like I do. I am friendly.
Like anybody listens to me anyway.
The whole point is that you're overtaking the microphone whenever you are talking into the microphone. And I'm not being a dickhead. I'm being an asshole, but it was like Grandmaster Reverend last night whenever all the kids was screaming and nobody could fucking hear each other talk. I'm just basically stating, stop trying to hog the microphone if you're not contributing to the conversation, and I'm trying to be nice about it. And that's like basic common sense. That should be common sense instead of basic sense. So, Genevieve, can we have you talk a little while since I kind of made somebody mad? Unless Grandmaster is ready.
I'm having like pumped, man.
He's trying to accomplish it. Okay, what would you like to talk about, Genevieve, for about 3 minutes now?
Well, I could fill everybody in on what you and I are working on.
Well, that's your choice.
Alright, I'll fill everybody in. Okay, so...
And I'll chime in.
Okay.
On the things I found out.
So, I have I know a lot of people are going to call me crazy for this, but screw you. I am I guess you could say, a physical representation of Aphrodite.
Which she is technically the piece that is the core shard, because Aphrodite broke herself into many pieces, or a few pieces. I haven't quite figured this out, but she is the core shard.
And Kirst and I are working on turning on the core so that all the other pieces will come to me and make Aphrodite whole.
Because I've literally sat down and I reviewed this with sunglasses on, and at points I had to pick them up, but it's fine. I know what I'm personally doing, and I'm sitting here figuring out, and this reads just like Aphrodite, but this is the center of it. This is not her complete form.
Mm-hmm. So, Tin Man wasn't exactly exaggerating when he said that I'm Aphrodite. I am the main piece of her. So, it's been a long road trying to get
keep on talking to me, please.
It's been a long road, and I've been trying to. Me and Kirst have been trying to get things together, and it hasn't exactly been working out all that well because I've had my son interrupting, and I've had things that I needed to do.
I do stellar fast work, and it's not like I half-ass shit. I make sure I 2 times over shit whenever I do it. And Genevieve can testify to this, that I've been reconnecting her circuits, and it took me about 30 minutes to reconnect everything except for one. And there's 2 or 3, and we have to sit down and discuss this, because there's quite a lot of things that mentally happen whenever I turn certain things on.
Yeah. There was also a couple of physical things like a headache or a difficult time breathing.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
That's to be expected when pieces are being put back together and circuits being turned back on. So, and I've been having to have several days to recuperate from it, and along with the interruption.
To me, you've had between 2 and 3 weeks to recuperate on my time scale.
Yeah.
I don't know in technical terror time, but in Junani time, that's definitely between 10 to 30 days you've had to heal.
Yeah.
Not quite 30, but not less than 10.
Mm-hmm. So it's been a while, and it's been a work in progress, and it's difficult, but we're finally at the last 2 things. So.
And I believe Grandmaster is ready for his thoughts on the little file.
Yay!
And remember, that is the way Foos thinks about mortals.
It has a little bit of Mortal Kombat in it. A little bit. I mean, to degree, because in Mortal Kombat you have the Elder Gods and stuff like that. So I mean, kind of Also, has also a little bit of the Norse mythology, a little bit.
That's why I love Dragon Ball Super. I think I'm the first person to actually record Black saying one of his infamous lines as English dub.
It also reminds me.
Came out
It
last
also
night on an
it
episode.
also reminds me of the episode of Clone Wars season 4, where they go and meet the Ones. These are the million-year-old gods, like they have more advanced in the Force than any other Force user in history in the lore of Star Wars.
Yeah, they're beyond the ascended ones. They're just transcendent ones or beyond. I know exactly who you're talking about.
I mean, it has every aspect of it all in that audio.
Yeah, it's quite awesome, isn't it, Grandmaster? But that's basically how Foos thinks about mortals. Like I said, basically, if you're not intelligent to become immortal, you should deserve to be mortal and die like a mortal. Pretty much is basically what Foos is trying to explain there.
It makes a lot of sense.
I said, Foos is still in the bathroom right now, dude. I'm gonna have to go punch him because I need to get the fuck in there.
All right, man.
But yeah, I'm waiting for you to round off because I was trying to make that potentially the last thing to put at the end.
All right, guys. We're gonna shut this out, shut it down. Well, more like close it out. And I want to thank Genevieve, and Chris Wolf for coming on here. And it is so awesome to see you guys today. I do miss Tin Man and Lucid. Those two loudmouths.
Them too, bro.
Yeah.
And hope those guys get better. And Lucid, you better get your tattoo done, dude, because I ain't gonna do it for you. You're on your own, brother.
Right on, bro.
So to Chris Wolf, to Genevieve, this is good old Grandmaster Revan, and you have watched the Unanimous Liberty Media, brought to you by the Worldwide Resistance Network, also known as TWWRN. And if new to this Twitch channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below, and don't forget to hit the bell for notifications for future videos to come. Remember, knowledge is free. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Peace out. Revan out.